morning, welcome to another day in New York City. Today we are starting off on a mission. We are heading to a city that I have never been to before, New Jersey.
All this time that I spent wasting time in my head, I think about
I'll be honest, I was fairly certain I'd never see a Walmart again as long as I was in New York City, and here we are. So here's all the skateboard product, but I don't see the Hey, I have a question. Things that would be contributed to skateboarding that isn't necessarily the skateboard. Guys, I've been laying against this wall for the last 25 minutes because I feel a little sick from the car ride. I have so many friends who tell me when they sit in cars and read or watch something on their phones, they look up and they get all nauseous. That's me for like the last 20 minutes and I'm about to fart. I'm sorry, but do you guys hear that? Complete and utter silence. This is so unique and new, not being able to hear any noise, any people, cars 24/7, honking nonstop. I'm from South Carolina, so sometimes I totally miss the silence, the isolation, just random trees and grass everywhere. And then about 12 hours into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like the city. I also just found this article by jankummag.com that I wanted to bring up that I thought was so funny. And it was titled 5 Tricks That You Should Never Do, meaning skateboard tricks. It's an older article, so I'm gonna go down memory lane and actually do some of these or see which ones I do on a common basis. Keep in mind this was written 5 years ago and skateboarding sort of progresses all the time. Let's see if these are still tricks that you should never do or if they're now trendier. Starting with the yo flips. What started as an original style to do 360 flip just exploded into the worst looking thing ever. The front foot catch isn't even the problem here, it's how the back foot sprawls out. So you look like you were doing some magically gay karate kick. I guess 5 years ago it was less politically incorrect to say gay. The worst types of people do this too. The dudes who are all worried about steez that go buy an overpriced Supreme hat and have 10 pairs of limited edition Supras at home. Oh my God, the irony, Supra isn't even like a main core streetwear brand, and I guess in 2012 they were starting to head that way thanks to Lil Wayne, who was always representing. Number 2 is the kickflip sex change. This trick has actually become somewhat trendy. There are a lot of new AMs who are doing this consistently. Even Stephen Lawyer, who just had a barracks recruit, did a bunch of variations of this. Anyone doing this trick over the age of 10 might actually be retarded. It's really that simple. Another word that I doubt they would say nowadays. Nightmare flips, true story. Went to a crusty skate park and had to deal with one of those kids who starts doing all these YouTube style tricks with horrible names. Like disco flips, dolphin flips, etc. As soon as he got to nightmare flip, which is apparently a double barrel flip, I just kept thinking, why God, why? Kids should have been a rollerblader. The irony of that, Dale and I were talking the other day, we both grew up on magazines like Jankum and people with this kind of mentality. So I avoided doing so many tricks. So when people ask me, what do I think about dolphin flips and forward flips? I think they're awesome. Now I'm super cool with all these wacky tricks that your board flips a million times. I love it, I think it's great. But I didn't grow up doing those type of tricks. I sort of learned that as I went along because I did sort of think they were always dorky and I realized that I was just being a dummy. Number 4, slappy nose slides. I never do these and I actually don't agree. I think slappy nose slides are cool. I think a lot of really trendy, cool people do this trick as well. You know those dudes that can't really do a nose slide at all, so they put their front foot all the way up on the tip of the nose and tic-tac into the ledge? Yeah, I hope they die. Every single thing so far has had something that people wouldn't really vibe with nowadays when they say, I hope they die. Number 5, wheelie grinds. Here's the truth. I like doing wheelie grinds, but I get it. This trick shouldn't have any other name except I wish I could 50-50. The reason I use other footage of the slappy no slide and the wheelie grind is because there's nothing around here to grind or slide, but I am gonna get a session here. I'm gonna tinker around and just have some fun. It's perfect weather. There's no streets and noises and craziness, so I can just kind of do whatever I want. amount of skateboarding I will probably be getting in today. At the end of the day, none of it matters. If you enjoy a trick, if you think a trick's cool, do the trick. If you have fun doing it, that is a 5-year-old article. I actually don't really think it's that relevant, and I don't agree with it. And this is a perfect segue to what I wanted to talk about today, because I mentioned this to Brett Conti yesterday, but it's about the idea of pursuing a career and how that most people who succeed in something miscellaneous such as skateboarding do it because of an irrational passion for it. I picked this up off something Naval Ravikant said, who is the founder of AngelList, which is this giant investment firm, blah, blah, blah. So many people ask me all the time if this is what they should do. They want to jump into skateboarding. They think it looks like a fun life, so they want to pursue it with the idea of having success. And my point was, I don't think anyone should ever think about that. I think when you're pursuing a passion and when you're irrationally passionate and obsessed with doing something, you should just do it. The success and the money and everything that comes along will not even close to make you as happy as the actual act itself if you enjoy doing that act. If you enjoy it, then you're already successful doing it. I mean, this might seem like common sense, but so many people have so much access nowadays to see the greatest versions of success and the transparency of these people, even on YouTube, who have giant companies who can talk about it, and that's what they want. And as great as all that is work. Having so much to worry about and handle all the time is work. But to go outside or play with something or play a video game or do something that you really enjoy doing, you don't have to work up to that. You're already there. You're at the highest version of success already because you're doing what you love. And of course, there comes the topic of not finding your passion yet or not knowing what you're passionate about, but keep trying new things, keep exploring. I think that's what's mostly important, is to see all the opportunity out there and to let yourself be accessible to it. Soak in as much as you can as often as possible. Listen to people who are brilliant, who do cool things. Listen to podcasts, read books. Just be open to the ideas of trying new things and then try them. If you don't enjoy it, if it's not your passion, move on. Anyways, that's my bit of advice for the day. I hope you enjoyed the skating as well. I'm gonna go home and hang out with Sarah because she's sick, and I'm gonna try to take care of her because tomorrow we're going to Cincinnati, Ohio. So stay tuned for the Shred Quarters, all the Revive guys. So much fun coming up. Love you so much. Progress daily and keep killing it.